What's that then? Beep beep. Should we just call URL? It said yes. Beep 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 beep. I love the little bow tie. Well, it's not even a bow tie, it's just a straight up tie. Normal tie. It's got down the middle. You want to talk, Paimon? Wait, her name is Yatlin? Kind of on the nose for the country they're in, don't you think? Well, I guess when you haven't got memories clogging up your system, I guess it allows buffering to die down and much more better functionality, don't you think? Because that is true. I feel like the more you fight with not a thought in your mind, the easier and more smooth your moves are. Because you're not constantly fretting about what to do next, what to expect next, and then how to conduct yourself in a fight. If you just turn your brain off when you're in that moment, it actually becomes a lot more smoother. It does work. Oh, it's like a flower. Is it an actual flower, or is it like made out of clay or like mechanical bits from other automatons? Because that's a nice touch if you've done that. Last chance. What do you mean? So what is Nordcry? Is Nordcry like an amalgamation of different nations into one? So basically it become the European Union. Alright. Fair enough. Although it's not technically the same. I'm sure anyone would. I'd know I'd miss England if I was away for far too long. Oh, so she's from Nordcry, okay. I wondered why the attire made no sense. She kind of looked like a traveller, you know what I mean? Kind of like a gypsy traveller, you know, they've got like that very, how do I put it? It's like, kind of like a loose robe-ish type of look with headdresses that look very similar to how women in the 50s in England would look. You know, they would have their hair put up with like those. It's not really a shawl, but it's more like a piece of fabric that's kind of like a scarf of some kind. You know what I mean? I can't remember the name of it, I'm afraid. We'll bring her back, don't worry. It's all good. Your idea. Don't scan us as your next target, please. Yeah, I was just gonna say she sounded very much like Lynette, oddly enough. She was always like that. But now we actually have an actual robot that does this. Now there are 3 of them. I love how she like turns her head to the side like a German shepherd, like she's like intrigued by what someone said. It's so cute. My dog does that sometimes. Whenever I say something to him, he's like, "Oh, I like the sound of that." Oh, it's a flower. What the kid made for you. Don't call it a reproductive organ, please. I mean, yeah, they do have reproductive organs, but it's broken down into many different things, basically. Speaking of moronic creations, if you think of like cephalopods, they have a donut-shaped brain that goes around their esophagus in the tops of their heads, oddly enough. So literally, an octopus can literally give itself brain damage if it eats something far too big for its own good. Can you imagine something like that? Like, imagine eating something too much and you just end up giving yourself brain damage. Honestly, I feel like the world basically just gave the middle finger to the octopus. Which is partly why they all have a very, very hard beak to help break things down to their specific size to eat. Did you know octopuses can only get through a gap as big as their beak as well? The rest of them they can just like smush down into like a thin thing, you know? It's like if the keyhole in your door was big enough, it could fit through it. It's brilliant. Well, I'm glad you like it. Think of it as a core memory. Something to symbolize a gift between one or another.
お花と羽飾りもつけて、バッチリ。やっぱり遠出するときは思いっきりおしゃれしないとね。お花の一本ぐらいでそんなに重くならないわ。あなたはこれから長い長い旅に出る。このお花は私からのプレゼント。記念、そう、記念。
She has a very silky smooth voice.
大切なことを忘れないよう、物で思い出を残すの。あなたがすべて忘れてしまっても、花は必ずまた咲く。1000回2000回と咲いたとき、旅に出た目的をきっと思い出せるわ。大丈夫。自分の道は自分の足で歩かないと。だからあなたもあなたの旅をして。
Wait, are we in the same position? Oh, she's been here before.
もし本当に相手の命を奪うつもりなら、一言告げるだけで十分よ。彼は本当に哀れな存在。人としての生き方も、竜としての生き方もわからない。そして無意味にも太陽を追いかけ続け、その下で生きる命が見えなくなってしまった。
Are you talking about Icarus?
あなたは、いえ、彼女はかつて
Quite the punishment he got. Flew too close to the sun. He ended up being chained down to it in the end.
もしあなたが残って私のお手伝いなんてしてたら、彼の憎しみを増長
Yeah, these lessons, they exist for a reason. To teach us not to do these things, you know.
まったく遠出するのはあなたでしょ。 私の心配なんてしてどうするの。安心して。火翼の末裔には脅威に屈服する奴隷なんていないわ。族長を失った時、たとえ歩き始めたばかりの子供であっても、
Reminds
そ
me of the
の
good
後
old
を
British
継ぐことは
Empire.
できるはずよ。
Anyone that ever walked on British soil never were slaves. The air was far
い
too
ずれ忘
clean
れ
for
るこ
them
と
to
について
breathe.
悩む必要はないわ。
The air was far, far
こ
too
れからあ
clean
なた
for
が
a slave
歩
to
む
breathe.
千年の旅路はここにはない。だから海を渡り見つけるのよ、新たな帰る場所を。道を外れた矛盾は
Malfunction. Who betrayed us? Who dare seek a place to belong? Okay, so I'm guessing that's the malware within her system, blocking her memories. Okay.
思考モジュールに一時的な不具合が生じたようです。もう修復は完了しました。
That's good to
ず
hear.
っと戦ってたから疲れてるんじゃないか。とりあえず帰って休もう。
火翼の集いにですか？
Yep.
アディエッタたちはもうすぐ出発
Oh, you cute little JSD. Can I just call you that JSD, like, 1? Or, no, we're gonna call you JSD 3, because of the free greetings we've already had. Yeah. German Shepherd D-Class 3. Far better than the Nefer.
記憶データ？じゃあシロネンが言ってた呪いはもう言いたくないのか？
I swear Paimon can just read our minds, or she's that close to us so that she can just interpret what we're feeling. Because she immediately plucked out what we were thinking. I'm just used to it now. That's so depressing. That's so fucking depressing. It's like, yeah, I'm in pain. I'll get used to it. Nah, it doesn't bother me. I'm used to it now. Oh, sorry, dear.
記憶データの出現時に思考モジュールが暴走し、事故を引き起こす可能性があります。そのため、集落の外で行動しているのです。
Safety risk. Oh. So you don't want to malfunction in front of anyone again. That's understandable. It would make sense to be around those people, though, to spark those memories, but she doesn't want to hurt
戦闘能
anyone.
力を分析中。パイモンさんは約5分の1。
1/5 of what?
5分の1だよ。
1/5 of what? It's gonna be like 1/5 of like 10.5 billion power level.
この数日間本当に世話になった。ありがとう。すまないがイネファのことはよろしく頼んだ。
Why?
Ah,
She's
makasete
quite
kure.
capable.
イネファお姉ちゃんはまだ帰ってこないの？
きっとまた会えるわ。ほら、リーユへの衝動をずっと見たがってたでしょ。もうすぐ見られるわよ。
アディエッタさん、アームーさん、タクシンさん。
Oh, she came back to say goodbye.
イネファお姉ちゃん？連れてきてくれたんだ。本当にありがとう。どういたしまして。
No mention it.
それからお花をくださり感謝します。
Thanks for the flower, dear. Shame.
帰る場所があるというのはどんな感覚でしょうか？
Fulfilling.
イネファにだってわかるだろ。記憶が戻ったらなどくらいに帰るんだし。
You'll have an understanding
言い
when
忘
you
れて
get
たけど、
home.
オイラたちもなどくらいになるつもりなんだ。一緒に行かないか？
などくらいが私の家？
Only you can know that, my dear.
私の思考モジュールでは家の定義を下すことができません。時折現れる記憶データはナタとの高い関連性が見られます。ですがキャラバンの皆さんの話ではなどくらいで家族が私を待っている。記憶データが戻ったとしてそれはいつの記憶でしょうか？修復された私は今の私と果たして同じ存在なのでしょうか？
深いな。
Let's just say that your feelings will lead the way when you have a chance.
それが怖いのか？
Just have to get past that malware of yours.
意識、標準、思考モジュール、分裂。
Split.
もし私が分裂したら、家に対する定義も変わるのでしょうか？
I don't know, dear.
難しい問題だな。
In most normal circumstances, the human brain is very vastly different. One little poke and prod of an electrode is enough to change a person's entire personality. They can go in completely vegetarian and then next come out of surgery as a sevacious meat eater. Or they could remember everything from when they were 5 to just forgetting everything and probably even forgetting how to eat. And it all depends on how the operation goes. For you, I think it's just as simple as clearing that malware from your circuitry at one chance that we get. Although I don't know malware that maliciously speaks back to you, so it's probably not that. Maybe a vision of the past or something, I don't know. Oh, Chimpu's here.
どうやら進展があったようだ。安心して記憶を取り戻すといい。そこにお前が求める答えがあるかもしれない。
はい。
It's safe to say that she actually gets on with Nefer because they're both lost souls in a way. She casted them away. She's in nearly every single episode we've been in. Well, listen, that lad. I mean, she's a village elder for a reason.
古い歴史？シトラリからしても古いとなると。
That's a bold fucking statement to say. Yeah, he did seem to know what was going on with Nefer. I was hoping we could chat with him again, try and get something out of him. Poor Ajar. Even he doesn't deserve that. Did you just make a Lord of the Rings reference? They tortured that poor soul golem for 3 days and 4 nights. But all they could get were 2 words out of his lips. Shire! Baggins! That's a nice reference.
とにかく思考なる領主は普通の竜じゃなかった。炎の竜王によって創造され、秘伝の技術で構築された。
Why do these dragons look like the pixelated ice statue versions of the dragons from Spyro 2, if you know what I mean? No, was it Yes, it was Spyro. Yeah, it was Spyro 1, I believe, when they were all like turned into statues. That's right. I think they did the same thing, sort of, in the third. No, you had to collect eggs in the third one. That's right. In the first one, you had to save dragons by breaking them out of their statues and all that. They just look very similar to that.
それで13の領主のうちアハウはどれだったんだ？
さあ、そればっかりはガンとして教えてくれなかったの。もしかしたら忘れちゃったのかもね。
I think he does. I just think he's keeping that understood. Because if he knows that much about the previous rulers, then surely he must have done some dodgy shit in his time too. As he goes on about how evil he is.
それでもアハウは君に思考なる領主の気配を感じ取ったんでしょうね。
正確には君の胸元のコアに。
Oh, it was her chest module he was looking
至
at.
高なる領主なのか。
Okay.
それを聞き出そうとキーニチとイファが今もアハウと奮闘してるけど、もう何も思い出せないみたい。せっかく手がかりをつかんだのにまた振り出しか。そうでもないわよ。イネファがリアンカや火翼の集いって言葉に反応したって聞いたから調べてみたんだけど、リアンカと関係が深そうな領主がいたの。かつて火翼の集い一帯を支配していた第8隻の領主、火食と矢羽の司祭よ。記録によると彼女は人類との戦争で亡くなったわけじゃなくて、同族によって処刑されたみたい。罪状は竜族を裏切りリアンカを育てたこと。そうなのか、ジャスカ。
Guess not.
ああ、部族の起源に関する伝説。
So that's where the similarities between Chaska and Inefa are, basically, because she was raised by Saurians and then raised by humans.
竜の母に育てられた彼女は
In this case, this woman raised a
自ら
human.
の歩むべき道を見つけるべく。
What, this dragon raised a human, you know?
その後彼女は各地で人間と竜の争いを調停し、高慢な強者から弱き者を守護した。
And that's why there's such a
人であれ
huge
竜であれ、かつての敵
connection
であれ
between
友であれ
Saurians and
彼女は
humans.
平等に守ったんだ。
Well, at least from the Flower Feather
同じように
clan. It's kind of nice to actually hear this, you know, because we talk an awful lot about how like dogs and man became best friends over like a good 10,000 years ago, or depending on how far back it was, basically, probably even further. But it's obviously just a symbiotic relationship at first, helping each other hunt and all that, and then it grew into something far more profound, basically.
申し訳ありません。
It's pretty
思考モジュール
amazing,
が正
really.
常に処理できていないようです。
Especially when you see it with other intelligent creatures like sharks or like whales and stuff like that, you know.
どのような処刑が下されたの
The
でしょう
fact
か。
that certain animals can distinguish faces is already like an incredible feat for certain animals. Even like being able to recognize themselves. I think rays can do that too. Like manta rays, they can identify themselves in the mirror, which is quite a huge feat in forms of self-intellectuality, basically, with the animal. Although certain mammals can't do that, like certain dogs, cats, bears, big cats, you know, all sorts, basically.
最後は引き裂かれんばかりの苦痛の中で火食と矢羽の司祭の意識は完全に崩れ去ったとされてる。うわぁ、いかにも作り話っぽいな。そんな処刑方法意味がわからないぞ。
Are you alright?
はい。今回は異常ありません。私はその領主と何らかの関係があるのでしょうか。そうね。
It might not have something to do with the ruler, but it might have something to do with you being from the same time period.
関係がなかったとしても、引き続き調べる価値はあると思う。
After all, as long as your core is intact, you basically are still you, basically. You mean me?
この後、ちょっと付き合って。
Oh. Well, bang, okay. Sorry, it's just a Mass Effect joke, don't worry. Bang, okay.
私はもう行くから。
I can't believe I played the whole fucking Mass Effect game and didn't make that joke. That's gotta be an achievement.
感謝します。
If you don't know, go and watch like one Mass Effect YouTube poop. You know what I'm talking about.
ハロー、旅人。
Hello. Sorry, Shalona, what was that? What was that? Hiya.
イネファと関係がありそうな。
It reminded me of that anime with that girl that came off of the airplane. And she was like, America, hello, ha, and then everyone in America was like, hello, hello. I can't remember what it's called. Oh no, I need to hear that again. Hello, hello, America.
旅人うちのアイデアだよ
America,
まずは
hello.
母に情報だけ伝えて
Sorry.
イネファの反応を見ようって提案したの結果はシトラリから聞いてる
Okay. Is there an issue really with her, or is it just because that she might be sovereign ruler maid? Because if that's the case, then why are we not doing something about Ajok? Because he's technically from the same time period. Why would that be an issue?
第11隻が関係している可能性が高いさっき言った行方不明になった領主のことよ竜族の中でも一番傲慢で人類を敵視してたって記録に残されてる
Oh, so you think she might have the tendency to turn on humankind because she might have been made by the 11th Lord? Or she might be involved with the 11th Lord. And the memories are probably being repressed because of it. But that can't be the case, because that malware seemed very malicious. If this robot was innately malicious, why would they put a stopper on her personality? Doesn't seem right, you know? I feel like we're doing the opposite effects. Oh, there's different personalities, I see. We're not gonna do what you think we're gonna do.
何の確証もないのにかそれは母を処刑した奴らと何の違いがある
Nothing gets past you, eh, Chaska?
さっき目配せをしてただろう誰でも気がつくパイモンとイネファは別だが
Oi! Oi! Watch it, woman! That's my partner you're fucking rimming on. Watch it! I was just about to say I'm gonna make you an orphan, but that's already too late. Sorry. Sorry, she just kind of like backhanded my partner there for a minute. What the fuck? Fuck you! What the fuck? Fucking bitch. Anyway.
ここ数日彼女が家族の集いで何をしてきたか私はずっと見てきたどんな過去があろうと
But yeah, but we don't know what she's capable of. I mean, she nearly took out Paimon and me from just one little electrical burst. I'm just saying it's best to keep an eye on things, you know? She might not be inherently evil, but there's always a chance that she could switch. Because at the end of the day, she is just programming, and that can be reprogrammed.
誰かを見捨てることなど私にはできない。リアンカもそうしてたはずだ。それに第11隻が本当に復活したとしても、もう一度倒せ
See,
ばいいだ
this is
け
the
のこと。
problem. You're letting emotion
当時の英傑に
read
でして
your motives
私たち
again.
にできない理由はない。
Yeah, especially with me on the team. I'll keep an eye on her. If anything happens, I'm more than willing to stop her.
ことの重大さを知ってもらうために悪役を演じていたんだろ私を治療してくれたあの時もお前は決して諦めなかった
But the big difference is, dear, is that you were just a child. Inefa isn't human. Again, she could be reprogrammed. She could be a national safety risk to the public, basically. That's the only issue here, really. Nor will it. I'm so glad we have this little memory thing. Well, it's not a memory thing, it's a mind reading thing. I was kind of hoping for Paimon to come around the corner and be like, "Oi! I heard what you said about me, you fucking redneck cowgirl bitch! You want to do this? We'll do this in the sky, I'll take you on! You and your fucking quasar.
何か思い出したの？けどそんなことありえない。今までの反応からしてこんなに早いはずが。わからないけど、すごく
The fact that we left Paimon in charge of Inefa is like leaving a poodle in charge of a freaking Cane Corso. What? She couldn't handle a shot of raspberry snaps, let alone a fucking robotic war machine. Possible. Hopefully just an aid. Either way, I'm coming with you. We'll talk on the way, dear, don't worry.